Hello, it's Icy. I'm back with something different. This is the Elder Scrolls Online. This is the Morrowind chapter, and I wanted to talk to you about something called champion points, jump points. This is something I've only become aware of in the last few days, and it would have probably been pretty helpful to know about it earlier, and I just wasn't aware of it. So, you can spend up to 120 points in a champion tree to unlock some of these extra buffs. Now, with the percentage scaling, what this means is it rounds down. So for example, if I put 1 point into Master's Arms, I am getting no benefit from that skill at all because it's now rounded down to 0. If I do this, I am actually getting 1% extra damage. If I do this, still getting 1% of extra damage. This, still getting 1% of extra damage. Now, I've actually clicked over a notch and I'm getting 2% extra damage. So you need to keep this in mind when you are setting your champion points. There will be a link below to pretty much the jump point numbers that work for most things, but you can look at these and look at the percentage and go, well, it's actually going to go back to the lowest number out of that. So it's going from 2.45, it's actually only going to give you a benefit of 2%. So when you are setting these points, mostly I previously, and probably a lot of people, just go for 10. 10's good. I'll put 10 into here, and I'll put 10 into here, and I'll put 40 into here. This is actually a bad idea. This is not going to work for you at all. You do really very much need to look at those percentages and do it on each one, or look at the jump point numbers that I'll link below, and you want to be setting it pretty much so it's there. It does work out. On my character on the live server, on one of the characters, the only one I've had time to set, I was able to get all of my points in all of the right ways so that they totaled, so one tree totaled 120, a second tree totaled to 75, and the third tree totaled to 15, which actually works out really well. If you don't have the full complement yet of CP, champion points, it is much more important this time round to spread your points more widely. Putting 100 points into one skill is not going to be of benefit to you. The champion points have been front loaded, so that means that the earlier numbers are much more effective now than even previously. So you are better to spread your points around a bit, rather than throwing, for example, as has happened a couple of cycles ago, putting 100 points into Mighty, for example. That's not going to be of benefit to you anymore. So this character is a stamina user, one-handed and bow, so no magic really apart from, just the extra bits and pieces that can be cast. So does a lot of direct attacks. So we are actually going to bump these all the way up. So looking at my document, which I'll link to later, so 37 is a jump point, so you can see there it's just crossed 15. 15 is about where you want to aim for, pretty much. You probably don't really need to go past there. You can put, of course, 100 CP into any particular one thing, but it's more efficient and more effective for your character if you spread those out a bit. So physical weapon expert, yes, definitely going to be putting some into that because I'm using physical weapons. So we want to probably go for, I think, probably a 32 jump point. Actually, no, we do want to go to 33 because you can see if I left it at 32, I'm actually only getting 18. One more gets me to 19%. So I do want to do that. Do I want to do showing blows? See, the trick here is the one I really want to get to in addition to these, is I want to get to 75 so that I can unlock the next one of these as well. Increase your damage done with light and heavy attacks, and basically is giving your light and heavy attacks a executioner element. So I could probably, I don't necessarily need throwing blows, I could spread it around, but you'll see 2 more points has got me to 20% physical weapon, and then I need 3 more, so we can probably, if we do that, there we go, we've just clicked over to 16% here, and 35% here, and we've unlocked this. Perfect. So this is what you do need to do as you go around the tree. So next you would pick the next tree, so this is another good one. So precise strikes, let's go up to, we want to go say 34, so you can see that's just clocked over onto the 14%. The other thing is these numbers may be different on the live server. Do check. Don't assume that these are exactly the right way. Do it for yourself. Look at the numbers. Make sure you're clocking over. Also, don't look at the green bit, because I've done that in the past, gone, oh, I'm at 14.46%. No, I'm actually at 14.4. Both of which are going to round down to 14, of course. So the top line is the one you want to look for, because I've done that. Now, it's hard, of course, when you're looking at these ones, the ones that don't have a percentage. How do you know? This is where you'll use the jump points that I will both list down in the description and have a link to the forum post that actually lists what they are. So for this, we want to probably be going up for, pretty sure this is the tree that I would go to 120 on. So that's 34. Probably want to go to, let's go to 32, which is the one I'm referring to the document when I'm looking to the side. Alright, so mighty. Let's get this up around the 30s. Oh, here we go. Alright, so 36. I'm getting 8%. And now we're getting 9, so, and reduce the damage over time to probably with the rest of it. So yep, so there. Okay, so that's gotten us to 6.1%, which is pretty good. We go to 16, we get to 7.4%. But we can't get all the way on the next one, so we might as well leave that at 7.4. We might as well throw that last point into piercing, where it's a bit hard to tell, but perhaps that's going to give us a boost. So that is what you want to be doing. So, and then we've got 15 points available, and so what I usually do is, because those extra 15 points are not really necessarily going to benefit me in the tree as a whole, in, for example, this tree, I do like to spread that out. So, so in this case, I would probably increase healing done, because his character does use vigor and uses vigor on other players. So doing healing, and of herself, of course. So throwing the last few points into healing done is actually a benefit. So no point leaving it at 10. I'm still only getting 2% extra. One more takes me up to 13, but I've got those extra points, so I may as well go one more, take me to 4, and I'm set to 15. So that's how you need to think about champion points. Think about where those percentages hit and it rounds down, so you want to be making sure that you're actually getting that optimum level in there. You want to be thinking about spreading them out. You don't necessarily, you probably will find it less effective overall to throw all of your points into one skill. Yes, that's the way it used to be. It's not anymore. It's very specifically designed to have the points up front are more important. This is so that somebody who's got 630 CP is not massively more overpowered than somebody who's got 160. So do spread them out, because it will be more effective. Do look at your percentage. Do think about which trees you want to hit that top point in. So you're basically only one of the trees you're going to be able to hit that 120 point thing, but also keep that in relation to the actual skills underneath, whether that's going to be useful for you. So, we've basically picked out the last stand. So, oh, that's actually really good for me for this character as well, because this character equivalent on the live server, his role is to generate ultimate in PvP, so it can cast negates often. That's the role that this character plays in PvP. So having something that generates ultimate quickly is good. So let me know what you think. Do you have any questions? Please do ask them below. Did you already know about this and it's just me? It's entirely possible. Please do give us a thumbs up if you found this video useful. I'm hoping that you do find this useful. Please do subscribe for more Morrowind and Elder Scrolls content, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.